Enough's enough. I heard that hundreds of times growing up from my teachers and my dad, and I could tell they were frustrated with me by just the look on their face and the tone in their voices. And I never really understood what that actually meant until I went to my son's mountain bike practice. And at this practice, I was so excited because he wanted to race mountain bikes, and I love riding mountain bikes. And I remember we got to this first practice, and we were all gathered around the coaches, and they split us off in three groups. They said, we're going to have a fast group, a medium group, and a slow group. And I knew from my experience, because I rode mountain bikes forever, I was like, well, I'm not going to jump in the fast group. I'm going to go in that medium group. And it never, dawned on me that it's been 10 years since I rode a bike. And my bikes didn't look like all the other guys at this point. But I was so excited, I didn't care. So I remember we hit that trail, and I was just thinking, I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm riding again. The trees buzzing by. And then that first 5 minutes, I started feeling funny. My legs were hurting. I was sucking air. I couldn't even breathe. And I could feel the pulse just pouncing in my head. And that feeling, that pain feeling kind of overtook my warm and fuzzy feelings. And next thing I knew, I was by myself. And the medium team had to wait up for me. And by the time I got to them, they took off again. And I tried to pedal up with them and catch them, and finally I caught them. And I couldn't even speak. I was trying to catch all my breath back. And I drug down that medium team so slow that the slow group caught up with us. And I couldn't even talk, and I just pointed to myself. I'm going to this group. And that slow group was my saviors, because they let me catch my breath, and it's like, at your age, you should be able to keep up with us perfectly fine. Well, that wasn't true, because I couldn't even keep up with them. I found myself by myself on this trail again. And when we got back to the parking lot, once it ended, I was the last one. Out of 40 people, I was the last one. And I remember loading my bike up, and I was so upset. I was like, I will never do this again. And then I was looking over at the parents. It's like they were fine, and they were talking about, wanting to go again. And that day changed my life. It created a desire in me to live a healthy lifestyle. And I did. And I tell you what, by the end of that season, they had trouble keeping up with me. So I had a life-changing event because I said enough is enough.